K-pop Demon Hunters has taken the world by storm since it dropped on Netflix in July 2025. The animated movie has become a massive hit, with fans praising its colorful style, exciting story, and unforgettable soundtrack. Critics are also showing it love, and social media is full of memes, fan edits, and discussions about its characters and songs. In short, it's not just another Netflix animated release. It's a full-blown cultural moment. In fact, the movie has already broken huge records. It's officially Netflix's most watched original animated movie ever and sits as the platform's fourth most watched movie overall. This is especially impressive because many Netflix animated films don't manage to match the hype or cultural influence of big theatrical releases from studios like Disney or DreamWorks. But K-pop Demon Hunters is different. It's not just performing well on the streaming platform. It's making a real impact in pop culture. Part of its success comes from the music. The soundtrack isn't just good, it's dominating charts on music streaming services. Fans are blasting the songs on repeat, with some tracks becoming viral hits in their own right. Netflix is reportedly comparing the film's success to Frozen, which is a bold but fair comparison given the way people are obsessing over the songs. With this kind of momentum, Netflix is already thinking about building a franchise around the movie. There's talk of sequels, a live action adaptation, a TV spin-off, musicals, and even more. However, Netflix is missing one golden opportunity that could make K-pop Demon Hunters even more popular and cement its place as a true modern classic. They could take it to theaters, but they almost certainly won't. Netflix's relationship with theatrical releases has always been complicated. The company usually skips theaters for most of its movies, except for limited runs that help with award season eligibility. Their main strategy is to keep their big releases as streaming exclusives to boost subscriber numbers. But in the case of K-pop Demon Hunters, keeping it only on streaming might actually be holding it back from its full potential. Imagine if the movie hit cinemas after its streaming success. There's already a huge fan base that would buy tickets just to experience it on the big screen. By now, most people who wanted to watch it at home have already done so, which means a theatrical release wouldn't harm its streaming numbers. Instead, it could expand its audience and turn casual viewers into superfans. The movie's energy, bright visuals, and explosive soundtrack are tailor-made for the theater experience. Seeing it with a crowd of fans would give it that event movie feeling that streaming can't replicate. This isn't just about box office numbers. It's about creating a shared, collective experience. Animated films with great music thrive in theaters because audiences feed off each other's excitement, singing along, cheering, and clapping. A limited theatrical run could be especially effective. Netflix wouldn't even have to go for a massive worldwide rollout. They could host special screenings, fan events, or even a sing-along version of the movie in select theaters. Given how passionate K-pop fans are, the idea of a concert-like theater experience where everyone sings the soundtrack together would be a guaranteed hit. This move could also help Netflix when it comes to awards season. A theatrical release would raise the film's profile with industry insiders, critics, and voters. Animated films that dominate the cultural conversation often benefit from having a theatrical presence, especially if they want to compete with big studio projects at the Oscars or other major award shows. There's also the marketing power that comes with theaters. Posters, trailers before other movies, and fan events could keep the momentum going long after the streaming buzz starts to fade. This is where Netflix tends to miss out. Once a movie drops and the initial hype passes, it risks being buried under the endless flow of new content on the platform. Theatrical releases give movies a second life, reminding people why they loved them in the first place and introducing them to new audiences who might have skipped it online. Oh, for K-pop Demon Hunters, the timing couldn't be better. It's already a hit, the songs are everywhere, and fans are engaged. Netflix could use this moment to experiment with a different release strategy. One where a film thrives on streaming first, then gets a theatrical run to extend its life and make it an even bigger phenomenon. Unfortunately, Netflix's history suggests they won't take this route. They've been firm in their belief that streaming first is the future, and they don't seem eager to change their strategy. But in this case, they might be leaving money, awards, and cultural impact on the table. K-pop Demon Hunters is exactly the kind of movie that could succeed in both spaces without one hurting the other. At the end of the day, Netflix has something special with K-pop Demon Hunters. They've managed to create a piece of animated entertainment that rivals the biggest theatrical hits in popularity, quality, and cultural influence. But without a theatrical release, they're keeping the experience limited. Fans will keep streaming it, the songs will keep topping charts, and Netflix will keep celebrating its success. But there's a bigger stage waiting, and they're just not stepping onto it. If Netflix ever decides to try a post-streaming theatrical release, K-pop Demon Hunters should be their first test. It could be the moment where Netflix finally bridges the gap between the streaming world and the magic of the big screen. Until then, it will remain an amazing streaming success story that could have been even bigger.